Hello, and welcome to another instructional video on the MiSTer FPGA system. This time we're going to be going over a program that helps you with the MiSTer. It's called MiSTer Companion. So I'd like to ask you, first of all, if you are so inclined, like and subscribe, leave a comment, notification bell, all that fun stuff. If you want to do it, if not, no biggie. Just a reminder if you enjoy this video, that sort of thing. Now let's get back to it. So we're going to be looking at the MiSTer Companion. Version 1.0.0 was released. I'll leave a link to this and, of course, the program page over on GitHub. And if you, I'll go through this first. I'll leave those in the description, those links. So we got, there's a little instruction, things that you can do. You can save and switch between multiple MiSTer devices. So if you have more than one MiSTer device, you can have separate connections and setups between them. You can monitor the storage usage with clear visual indicators. That's really nice. I'll show you that. And install and run update all with live output. That's very nice. So that'll be really cool. Enable SMB and open the MiSTer Share directly with Windows Explorer. That's a very, very nice feature too. And reboot your MiSTer remotely. So that's cool too. And the screen's gonna look kind of like this. It requires MiSTer Fusion and an active internet connection on the MiSTer for update all and downloads, which, that's required for those things normally. So, and then here's the link, which brings you over to here to download it. And there's an interesting thing. There's a Python script that runs, but the that front end does require Windows. So I'm only going to show you the Windows part because that's what I've downloaded and installed, and we'll show you. This is, let's click latest because maybe there's a new one since. For sure. Nope, still just this one. Okay. So what you do is you come here, and I think there's a link here. Yeah, right here. And you download this zip file. And then you go ahead and you open that. And just give me 1 second here. I just want to check something where I put it. Yeah, and it's just the executable file that's inside that zip. So no other instructions or files. I just want to double check if I had any of those, and there aren't. So it's just this, and this is the executable here that I've placed upon my desktop just for demonstration purposes. So we're going to go ahead and start that up. Double click it like so. And it fires up. Now, if you don't have MiSTer Fusion, you can download this and then you can flash it to a card. I think this is like if you have a blank SD card, you can do this and run this. I don't right now have that, so I'm not going to show you that part, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like when it starts up and you get that. So I have already flashed my SD card because I'm just using the existing one that I've used to make the previous videos with. But if you have one that just has MiSTer Fusion flashed to it, then you can do that. But this will help you do that as well. All right, so we're going to go over here, and we don't have anything configured. It's disconnected, yet, and so on. Nothing here. So we're going to put in the IP, which I don't know. That's not what it is. But this is where mine is always at this, and I don't know how you would figure that out without actually having it set up to connect to it and see what it is. But this tells you the default root and the number 1, because that's MiSTer. So I guess you've already had MiSTer installed on it. So I guess you could launch into it and look at what the IP address is. I guess is how you would find it. You have that connected, so you would have that set up, but but you don't have anything installed on it yet in that case, other than it's just the basic config. Okay, and then we hit connect, and that shows you I have 32 gig free of 120 gig, 74% used. It's not like 128 gig, but you know how they come out different. And then if you want to save the device, you just save it, enter the name. Let's call it like MiSTer 1. okay, and then it's saved in this list, so you can do this and you can reconnect, and it's apparently saved it there. So it saves it in whatever folder that you have this running in. So you probably want to stick this in a folder somewhere where you like to put programs and not just sitting on your desktop. But again, this is just for demonstration purposes. Um, I already have updated all installed. It checks that. See, boom, because I've done this before. This is the same unit I used to do my update in, my initial setup uh, video, and therefore it's already installed, but you could uninstall it, you could reinstall it, whatever. You can run it. We'll show that in just a moment. And then SMB is disabled. That's default. By default, it's disabled. I did see that recently that it had SMB, an SMB configuration set up, and I was going to look at enabling that because I thought, oh, that might be a little bit easier, right? But you just have this button now. So click, SMB is enabled. A reboot is required. Reboot now. Yes. So now it's going to reboot the system. See, it's rebooting here. And I can see it and it comes up pretty quickly. I don't know if this is actually going to tell me if it's finished rebooting or not. When I looked at it before, I didn't really notice. I think it just sort of sticks in rebooting. It doesn't really tell you when it's come back up. I can hit connect again. Connected. All right. So this doesn't tell you when it's finished rebooting. So that's maybe something that uh, the original creator here wants to, maybe it's something that he can adjust. But SMB is now enabled, and you can open it in Explorer. So we will do that. And it puts this, it opened on my other window, but that's okay. I can just drag it over here to show you. And you have all the stuff, and you're at this with that, and so you want to go to SD card. So instead of like media fat 32 or whatever, you just go to SD card, and that's your MediaFAT 32, but it's, you don't have that path. So it's just SD card, and you have all the things as I showed in all my other videos, where you can get to the stuff. And then you go, if you're gonna put games on, you go to games, and into the whatever. Like if you have CDI games you want to put, and you just drop them in here. Boom, Windows, easy peasy. It's great. I'll probably make a new video for like a setup and add this to it, just to show you that, because that'll be hopefully really useful for people. So I recommend this program. I'm going to probably use it in the next video I make about a new system, and just say, hey, and launch it, recommend it, and go ahead and, I'll demo it in videos where I'm actually actively building stuff, because this is great, just to be able to browse it like this way without having uh, having to have another thing on top of it. You can just drag and drop and do all that fun stuff. It's gonna be really, really, really useful. So I think that's all I have for you on this. You can close this, you can reboot this, and maybe I'll do another special to show, setting up to installing update all and all that. I'm not gonna remove it right now. But that's it. You can open Explorer. You can turn this off, back on. What didn't happen? When I first opened it in Explorer, I think there was something like asking to add it into my key, because I think I had to use the login again, and I thought I erased that so that I could demonstrate it again. It does have the IP address here. I thought I erased that configuration in my system so that it would so I could show you that. But it did ask the first time I did it. It did ask for a like the username and password, I think, to connect to this, which is going to be, this. I think it's the same root, and that one I think is what I used to get to it. So you might have to do that when you first connect to it. But this is sort of it's cached in my system now that I've done it, so I can't really undo it. I thought I did, but I didn't. So that's one thing that you might have to do extra that you're not seeing on my screen, but shouldn't be too hard to figure that out. Okay, here's something I need to show you, I think. Let's connect here. And I forgot to try running update all from here and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, the Tutankhamun update. Yeah. Hmm. New cheat sets. Now we got all JT cores. So those will come in. Not sure what he updated since the last time, but seems like it updates all of them the last couple of times. I got an update, and I know I only updated I think 1 or 2 cores, but I don't know. Maybe something in there that needs it. But we can watch this. Arcade cores. Several computer cores updated. PCXT. Oh, there's the Tandy 1000. So that's new. Reboot MiSTer to apply some changes. All right, let's flip over to it and see uh, how that goes. I think it auto reboots, but we'll see. Yeah, see, you can't even. It's not. Oh, there it goes. It's rebooting. Huh. Neat. Well, that should be it. Let's just flip back over here. Rebooting in 5 seconds. So I think it did actually reboot. It says connected. So that was neat. So that's really cool, and we got this nice, and it'll be in the logs, because it's running that script. Okay, and you can copy this whole thing. So that's really convenient. So you could run it, if you had several MiSTer units, you could run it on each of them if they're all connected. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know how many people have several MiSTer units. I know some people do. That's the whole thing. So let's just for demonstration purposes, let us drop a text, and boom, there you go. And now we can get the whole thing. You could save that wherever. You could save it, right here, and just save. Then you have a copy of it. And you don't have to mess with it or dig it out of the MiSTer. That's really neat. And let me just go over to the MiSTer itself just to show you what that looks like since it is up and running here. And there's the MiSTer. And just real quick, I'm going to show you how to see what that IP address is because you do have to be at a point where you have the MiSTer set up before you can connect to it. And you go back, and you go to the left, and then there's the IP address 192.168.0.105. Mine seems to stay on that for the most part, so that's why I knew what it was from before. And so you can check that the first time because your IP address will likely be different than the one I have. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful for you, and maybe I'll see you on another video. Take care.